this meeting. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. My name is Senthilkumar G. I will be a sergeant at arms for today's meeting. I welcome you all for meeting 841 of the Medley Toastmasters Club. Before start the meeting, I would like to mention 3 ground rules that we follow in our Toastmasters meeting. As a Toastmaster, we don't talk about sex, religion, politics. So please refrain from these topics. Please turn off your mobile phone and put them on silent mode. I will give you 10 seconds. I hope everybody your mobile phone has a silent mode. So please don't cross talk while speakers speaking. So our mission of your Toastmasters Club to provide a supportive and positive learning. So which is helping to empower to develop communication and leadership. Not only in our profession, it helps our real life as well. So with this, I hand over to the stage to Presiding Officer. Before I call him, I would like to give him about his some intro. He is a software architect working on Ericsson. For me, he is a Narendra ChatGPT. Whenever I struggle to doing some new roles, SAA or new role timer roles, and also try to write any speech. Sometimes last minute I still struggling to write a speech. So I just call him Barath. He is my one of final confidence. I just call him Barath. Give me some idea. He will get some inputs from me, based on my creativity. So I will give some inputs as a rapport. He will rephrase it and give him as a subtopic. So which are the things helping to evolve into this our club actually. So these are the things reflect how he evolved from our Toastmasters club. So the leadership is how he evolves from our Toastmasters club. These are things that reflect. That's what I believe. So I like to invite President of our Toastmasters Club, Toastmaster Barath.
Thank you, Sergeant at Arms, for the wonderful introduction and for setting the ground rules. Good afternoon, dear Toastmasters and guests. With the sound of this gavel, I declare meeting number 841 open. I would like to welcome the dignitaries who have joined us. Distinguished Toastmaster Sampath charter member of Medley and the past president of Medley. Toastmaster Kalyan, the past president of Medley and the past district parliament of Kalyan. Toastmaster Venkataseshan, the current current Division F director and the past president of Medley. And a female Toastmaster Sundaresan. And also extend a warm welcome to all the members and the guests who have joined us in this wonderful meeting. Before we move on to the meeting, can we have introduction from some of the guests? The guests who have joined us for the first time. Please come here and give us a small intro about yourself. You can come over here.
Good afternoon. My name is Sridhar and I just completed 9th grade. I studied in the United States of America in New York. I have attended attended this session as a guest, as I am interested in learning more about public speaking.
Welcome. We have video, but from this thing.
Okay, I stand.
Yeah.
You want me to come?
Yeah. Or you can do it from there.
Yeah. I'm already stuck there. Good afternoon, all.
If you go there, you will be caught in the same way.
Oh, it's recording. I'm working. Hello all, I'm Dr. Dhanlakshmi. I'm Assistant Professor in Commerce working for HRS College Pramodh.
Welcome. Today I want to share a small story about two farmers. There were two farmers in a remote village, and both of them had some amount of land which was fertile and which they were growing their plants and crops and all. One of the farmers was a old and a wise farmer, and the other one was a young, energetic, hard-working farmer. And in that village, they used to grow their crops and then the harvest. But it used to be always the old and the wise farmer, the harvest or the output of the crops was always higher and better for him than when compared to the young and energetic farmer. This kept on going for years. And the young and energetic farmer, he kept working hard and he did all it could be possible to improve the output of his crops. But then somehow he couldn't. And then he went and visited this old and wise farmer and asked him, we both have the same fertile land, and I do a lot of harvest, water my crops, everything. But then why is my output or why is my growth of my plants not as good as yours? And for which the wise man said, okay, let me come and visit you and how you do the process. So he came and he visited his farm and he was with this young farmer. And then the young farmer went about his day, about what he used to do, his routine and all. And then he asked him like, okay, tell me what you did today. And then the young farmer said like, I used to cultivate my land, make it more fertile, and then I used to plant the seeds, and then water the plants and the other seeds and all. And then what else you do? And he also said like, there are some plants or seeds which doesn't grow. So I used to take the seeds out from the soil and see why it is not growing and put it back and then grow. And then this is what the old or the wise farmer said. It is always not about what you do. It is also about what you should not be doing. He said you planted it with trust and then you are doing the process. You need to just trust the process and leave it and have some patience. The land is fertile and what you are doing, watering or whatever you are doing, manuring, all these are fine. And then you should have some patience and trust that it will sprout and will grow. When you take it out and see, it means you are checking its growth. It is not, you are not helping it to grow, but you are hampering its growth, which you shouldn't be doing. And this is what it struck with the young farmer and said. Then he learned his lesson like he has to trust the process and have patience and believe that the seeds he is sowing will grow because he is putting in the effort and the hard work. The lesson learned from the farmer is trust the process and have some patience. The results will eventually come. Similarly, in our Toastmasters journey, when we continue our journey, there are some situations or some instances when we feel we are not growing or we are not progressing, which we doubt ourselves. But the process or the framework in which the Toastmasters is built is well defined and the process is very good, well defined. So we need to trust this process and have patience, and as we progress and as we continue our journey, we will definitely see the results which we desire and eventually will achieve the goal. Toastmasters is an 100-year-old organization and it is a very mature and it has a lot of pathways and curriculums which has gone into it to build this. The only thing is we need to have the patience and trust. Once we are in, with the constant progress and the support of our mentors and the other members, eventually we will grow and achieve our goals. With this, I'd like to hand over to the Toastmaster of the day, who will take the meeting forward. To play the role today, we have a Toastmaster who is a passionate in coding and who is also a lover of music. He is whatever task he does and takes, he always comes up with a lot of creativity and he is always eager to help the other members to grow and contribute. So put your hands together to welcome the Toastmaster of the Toastmaster Jagan.
I have two things in my hand. How many of you know this? Correct. I knew it as Dhania. The word coriander has not had any usage till today, so I am using it now. These are coriander seeds. And this I know as Kottamalli in Tamil, which is called coriander leaves. But what I did not know, if I put this into the soil, this will come out. These two are so different from each other, yet without this, there is no this. This does not want to turn into brown because its parent is brown and round. It's got to be green. Only then it is this. It cannot become this. This cannot become this. But without these two, without this, there is no this. This is my mother and this is me. How many of us have people like this in real life, where we are so close to each other, but we are so far away in our beliefs? I asked the question, the same question to the 6 people that I will introduce on stage. Everybody had a different answer. Very fascinating answer. This morning, I was telling my wife, these are the replies that I am getting. And it was a value addition to me. I'll come back with one by one when I introduce them. But today's theme is this: apples and oranges, can they grow on the same tree? They cannot in reality. So I was talking to somebody that we have modified so much that we can. But ideologically, my mother and I are two different people. But we are still able to grow on the same tree. I have only 5 minutes today. The agenda is cramped. Generally, a Toastmaster meeting has 3 sections. One, you have a prepared speech where the members will prepare their speeches according to the project. 2, you have a table conversation where guests and volunteers will be asked to come on stage to deliver 1 to 2 minutes speech on a topic given by the topic master. 3, you have the general evaluation section. We have the general evaluation section. Today we have one more section, which is the educational section, and thereby somewhere the VP had thought we will cut down the Toastmaster of the day's time. So I have to include everything power packed in the first 5 minutes. So you won't hear me talking about this in the next, but I will find a way, and that's my job. For the new guests who had come in, and also for all of us, let's put our phones on silent. If not, do not disturb, switch off, however it is. When the speaker is on stage, let's not move. And the people who are on stage, who are non-role players, so to say, for example, the prepared speaker, general evaluator, if somebody is on there, let's take a pause so that they come in, and then we'll get on with the meeting. As I mentioned, the structure of the meeting, we have an educational session today and the rest 3 sections. To carry the meeting forward, there is a general evaluator. General evaluator, they will explain the roles and responsibilities. Today's general evaluator, I asked all of them, as I said, only 2 questions. 1, how can I describe you? And 2, I quote, is there a person in your life, in your closest circle, who has a completely different belief than you? If so, who is it and what belief is it? This is a question that I asked everybody who will be on stage. This person, the general evaluator, said, I'm a passionate Toastmaster from the year 2002. That's what he describes himself as. Very passionate. I've seen him on stage. For the second question, yes, I have a person who has a different belief. I believe Sanskrit scriptures are oldest and covering with wide knowledge of life sciences. But one of my good friends, one of my good Indian friends, differs in my opinion even after 25 years of debate. And I'm sure he will go and have a cup of tea with the same friend. And that's the beauty of us. That's the beauty of humans, and that's how we live under the same roof. To perform the role of the general evaluator, let me invite Toastmaster Sundaresan on stage, a passionate Toastmaster, a guide to all of us. Toastmasters.
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, for remembering that intro which I have done. Thanks for that. It's really nice of us. The moment I entered, I saw some sweets, so I decided my evaluation has to be somewhat sweet and salty also. Let me be straightforward. That's better for both of us. And some coriander leaves. Later, maybe some cooking recipe is going to be shared with us. Oh well, today myself, Toastmaster Sundaresan, playing the role of General Evaluator. And how much feedback is important in our life? Really, it's important. Let me explain with one example. Criticism, we all know, it flows everywhere. Whether we ask it or not, our close friends and friends, known, unknown people, everybody will give generous. But feedback, right feedback, who gives? Only the people who are concerned about your improvement. We Toastmasters, really we are concerned bunch of learners who really try to improve ourselves and improve the skill of the other person. We do evaluate the other person's speech sincerely, not just like that with a cup of tea standing outside. No, there is a structured format with speech content on speech delivery and areas of improvement where we have to improve sincerely. That's the advantage of this learning platform, Toastmasters. So feedback is important, and I'll be the General Evaluator. Later I'll be coming to invite each evaluator for each speaker who has delivered his or her speech here. I do have 3 people here to support me. That team is called TAC team. Well, I'm a navigator with a compass. Let's have a smooth sail also. And I do have a support team. On my sheet is tag role players. T stands for timer, A for counter, and G for Grammarian. Let me introduce my team members here. To start with, the timer role is played by Toastmaster Shanmugavel, who is a multidisciplinary researcher in CLRI and also an associate professor in ACSIR. Thank you, sir. Please, Toastmaster Shanmugavel, you can brief your
Stop role, fellow Toastmaster and youngsters. Today I am a timer. Time is priceless and precious, and also is equal to money. A grammar spirit is businessman. Hard in attack said that time is free, is priceless. You cannot own it, but you can spend it. You cannot keep it, but you can save it. So once if you lost the time, you cannot get it back. So as a timer, today I will note the time of all the speakers who speaks here. By the use of 3, these called green, yellow and red. The green card denotes you have reached the threshold period. The yellow card denotes better to stop. When I will show this red card, you have to stop. Please. So today we are having 3 prepared speeches. The first prepared speech, that is icebreaker by Andrew Raja. For it, the allotted time is 4 to 6 minutes. At 4 minutes, I will show this green card. At 5th minute, I will show this green card. At 6th minute, I will show this red card. The remaining 2 prepared speeches by Umamaheswar C and Toastmaster Hema. For them, the allotted time is 5 to 7 minutes. At 5th minute, I will show this green card. At 6th minute, I will show this yellow card. At 7th minute, I will show this red card. Then comes the educational session. For that speech, Toastmaster Kalyan, he has to speak for 20 minutes. At 16 minutes, I will show this green card. At 18 minutes, I will show this red card. Sorry, yellow card. At 20 minutes, I will show this red card. Then table topic session. For table topic session, the allotted time is 26 minutes. At 22 minutes, I will show this green card. At 24 minutes, I will show this yellow card. At 26 minutes, finally, I will show this red card. Then the individual table topic speaker, they can speak from 1 to 2 minutes to qualify. At first minute, I will show this green card. 1 minute 37, I will show this green card. At second minute, I will show this red card. Then finally comes the evaluation session. Each evaluation time is 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I will show green card. At 2 minutes 37, I will show this yellow card. At 3 minutes, I will show this red card. All are requested to adhere to this time limit. All the questions, all the speaker. Thank you very much, sir. When we will pause, after I will submit my report. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Shanmugavel, for your detailed points about timer rule. Next, I will introduce you Madam Toastmaster Priya, who is playing the role of accountant, a senior manager in a healthcare solution company, like to spread love to everyone and bring smile on people around her. Great. Ma'am, you must be in the United Nations. Accountant role by Madam Toastmaster Priya.
G and Priya are wearing the cap of an accountant.
Great.
Good afternoon, all the Toastmasters and guests. Smiles on your face. Timing is very serious for the time, so let me start. The purpose of an accounter is to note down the words or the sound that are used as crutch or face fillers. It is for whoever is speaking in the meeting. This includes during the meeting, I will note down or listen to the words that are overused like and, but, well, so, and you know all these words. And I'll also note down the filler sounds, which is very interesting, right? Those kinds of filler sounds will also be noted. And the speakers who are using the repeated phrases or words like I, this means, that this means. So those kind of repeat words will also be noted. At the end of the repeating, I'll share you the reports on number of times these expressions are repeated by each speaker. All the best everyone.
Thank you, Accountant Madam Toastmaster Priya. Next, let me introduce, please go. Our Grammarian, Toastmaster Pradeep. Toastmaster Pradeep working in Butterfly Appliances as a B2B head with 14 years of experience in sales line, love to travel and experience new place. Welcome, Toastmaster Pradeep. Wish you see all the states in our India and exchange your views in our Toastmasters class. Toastmaster Pradeep.
Good afternoon, class. Good afternoon, Toastmaster and dear guests. It's a nostalgic time. So, as a grammarian, my responsibility is to pay close attention on all the speakers, listening their language they use, and I will note it down all the impromptu or improper usage of language, as well as all the outstanding words, says, thoughts, and quotes. As a grammarian, my duty is also to introduce the word of the day. So today's word is propel. It means to push or drive forward. For example, steam propel the entire ship. Another example, Toastmaster Pramodh knows very well that I have fear with the grammar. So he prepared me to face my fear and give the grammar note. Thank you so much, Toastmaster. End of the day, I make sure that, before that I request all the speakers to please use these words, encourage me also, and End of the day, I will come up with the session and report, and G will call me. Thank you and over.
Thank you. Wish we all propel this meeting smoothly ahead. And being the navigator, my compass is ready. Let's have a smooth sail. Enjoy the session. Over to Toastmasters.
We'll quickly move on to the prepared speech session, where we have 3 prepared speeches. The first prepared speech is from Toastmaster Raja, who is delivering a speech from Dynamic Leadership Pathway, Level 1, Project 1. It's an icebreaker speech. And before I introduce Toastmaster Raja, I'd like to get the speech objectives from the Speech Evaluator, TM Sampath.
Good afternoon, TMoD, fellow Toastmasters and friends, especially Toastmaster Raja. Today, I have good news. There is going to be a new baby born in Medley family, an icebreaker. Today's icebreaker has got this purpose for this project. The purpose of this project is for the member to introduce himself to the clerk and learn the basic structure of a public speech. Good wishes to him and nice listening to all of us. Back to you.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Sampath. We can describe Raja as someone who enjoys learning, as someone who helps people. He's always curious and loves connecting ideas from different aspects of life. Second question is what is interesting. One of my closest friends, and I quote, is directed. One of my closest friends strongly believes that everything in life is purely luck and fate. While I believe in trust, faith, effort, intention, and personal responsibility. It often leads to some very interesting debates as well between us. I'm also hoping it leads to some banter, some punches being thrown. Kidding. Toastmaster and Raja, Andrew Raja. The title is Courage to Rise. Courage to Rise.
All our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them. That was a famous quote of Walt Disney. So is my life. I had tons of dreams, unsure of fulfillment, but I always shown courage to dream high and took efforts to pursue them. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. My name is Andrew Raja. You can either call me Andrew or Raja or Andrew Raja, whatever is comfortable you all have. I am from down south, where 3 seas meets. The place by itself is beautiful and green. Me being the eldest among 3 children, I was entrusted with a lot of responsibility right from my childhood. I enjoyed the luxury of comfort with my truth-loving 2 young sisters. My father was known for his courage, as he used to hunt and fish often, bring home some exotic things. Life was very beautiful. Even now, I used to think about the past, dream about it, and enjoy it. My life was completely changed when I lost my father when I was 25 years. My responsibilities were completely changed since then. I had to travel across seas to earn more. My life gave me a lot of opportunities and learning. And again, my life was never a bed of roses. But definitely, those bonds made me or taught me what I am today. I traveled to Arab countries. It gave me a lot of opportunities and learning and giving new experiences. I learned and grabbed them. I got my sisters married and found a partner for me. I am happily married with 2 kids. I did, until 33, I did a lot of odd jobs. Then Williams V gave me a life. I joined there as a junior engineer, and in a span of 12 years, I grew from junior engineer to engineer, senior engineer, lead, assistant manager, manager, senior manager. My growth was very quick, but never easy. It was not easy one. Because I had to work towards it, continuously put dedication and hard work. Then I moved to Goga, where I am currently working. There I am the director, seeing 5 global regions. I am responsible for ensuring their tech and infrastructure is operating for the company to run the business smoothly. In my career, I have got a lot of opportunity in terms of building the new sites, implementing the infrastructure, managing and maintaining them, supporting the business to make the changes smoothly and helping them to the right solution for their operations. I trust in yourself and you are off done or off one. This motto will take us high or take you high. The best is saved for the last. What I am today, I owe it to my dear mother, and she trusted me, she believed me always and motivated me throughout her life. She is always believing in me emotionally, and I hope that whatever the learnings I got from my mother will help me for the rest of my life. In short, life is a roller coaster. At 16, I never knew I could learn, but I learned and got graduated. At 25, I was clueless how I am going to take my family ahead, but I got my sisters married. At the age of 45, when I started laying the first brick for my home, with a lot of financial crisis, I now own a beautiful home all for myself. I trusted in myself all through my life. I have so many beautiful hearts around me. So does everyone. Just look for the right people and the right opportunity. Here I am today with the right people and the right place. I am confident in my domain, and my knowledge, my language is sufficient for my role until now. But now, being in the global leadership, I realized that I need to scale up my communication and leadership skills so that I could adapt and get myself further in my career. I try to learn something from every individual, adapt myself for the betterment of my career. Thank you very much for this opportunity. Looking forward to learn from you all. Thank you.
For Andrew, the words trust, faith, effort, intention, and personal responsibility are not from dictionary. It's from his experience. And the fact that you have shared your experience with us today will also take us higher. And I hope when you are on a debate with your friend, hardships will be with you, not with your friend. The next prepared speaker is Umamaheswar, who is delivering a speech from Presentation Mastery Pathway, which is Level 1 and Project 2, Write a Speech with Purpose. Before introducing Umamaheswar, I'd like to hear the Toastmaster Raja Annamalai, the Speech Evaluator, to read out the speech objectives.
All speaking is a public speaking, whether it's to one person or 1,000 person. Roger Love once said. Good afternoon, my dear fellow Toastmasters and their guests. Today I will be evaluating Toastmaster Umamaheswar C. Toastmaster Umamaheswar C will be delivering a speech from the pathway of Presentation Mastery, Level 1 project, writing a speech with a purpose. The purpose of this project is to learn basic methods for writing a speech with a defined purpose and to present a well-organized speech on any topic. The duration of the speech is 5 to 7 minutes. All the best, Toastmaster Umamaheswar.
Thank you, Raja. Same 2 questions. Deputy manager at a medical coding company. This thing is very important because The answer to the second question that he gave was surprising. And I quote, yes, the person who holds a different belief than me is my manager. Okay. No, there is a twist here. When I was in my assistant manager role, I struggled with a lot of self-doubt about stepping up to the next level of leadership. You know where this is going. Very sweet. I didn't even nominate myself for an internal job posting because I felt I wasn't ready. But my manager saw things differently. She believed in my skills and potential even though I didn't believe myself. She encouraged me to go ahead and nominate myself, and I'm glad I did because I cleared that posting. Today I can confidently say that it's one of the best things that has happened in my career. Very different from all the other things, very sweet. Let's invite Toastmaster Umamaheswar on stage. The title of his speech is, The Script I Don't Want You to Be Impressed By. The Script I Don't Want You to Be Impressed By. Toastmaster Umamaheswar.
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. I was so arrogant about internet scams. I never worried who are there in my friends list. I never logged my profile picture. I used to think like I know the limits of social media, no one can cheat me. When some of my friends logged their profiles, I used to think like why they are logging like a celebrity. Then one morning, one of my friends called me and asked, do you need some money because you asked through a Facebook chat? Then I thought my Facebook account was hacked. Later I realized it was not hacked. Someone used my profile picture and the same name to create a fake account, and he sent the request to friends in my Facebook list. Whoever accepted, he started sending messages asking money by creating some sense of urgency. Yeah. Then immediately I notified all my friends not to send any money, but unfortunately one of my friends sent 1,000 rupees to the scammer. Okay, he's one of my college friend who is not in touch with me for 6-7 years, but when he saw a message from fake account which is pretending to me, he sent that money by thinking I am in a trouble. Later, I gave that money to him because his intention is pure to help me when I was in trouble. Since it is 1,000 rupees, I was able to return. What if that is a large amount? Then I realized the importance of social media security. Even though we may feel we are mature and aware enough to handle the frauds, sometimes the scammers aim for the people who trust in us by using our profile information. So as a educated people, we may aware of these internet scams and we have some knowledge to deal with them. But we should educate the people who are less aware, like the elder people and kids at home. Being aware is not enough. We should use that awareness to protect others. Because the scammers always not aim at us, they may aim someone who trusts us. Scamming is not an easy job. It requires a lot of skills and shamelessness to do that. Okay. The scammers even have some similarities to Toastmasters. Like we write our scripts to impress the audience, to connect with the audience. The same way scammers write the script to connect with the audience in an emotional way. Example, like they will say, I am in a trouble, bro, I am in a trouble, I need your help, I trust only you, don't tell with anyone. They use the emotional techniques here. Similarly, they are very good at storytelling. They do not ask, send me the money. They say, they use words very properly. They say like, I am in a trouble, please help me. And they use their impromptu speaking skills to chart and cheat us. Okay. Also, scammers use personalization and familiarization techniques to cheat us. Example, hi uncle, I am Rahul. My mobile number is changed. I need help urgently. Please help me. And the scammers always show red card to us by creating some sense of urgency and fear. Like your account will be blocked in 2 hours if you are not verify your details. Click the link immediately to verify that it's you. And scammers always give some fake rewards and recognition also. Like you got lucky draw 1 lakh rupees. Kindly share your bank details to claim that amount. They do the role play of income tax officer and bank managers and asking for our bank details and OTPs. The scammers select the pathway of cheating mastery and they complete many levels to upgrade themselves. As you know, many scammers currently started using deepfake technology. You may receive a call from your friend or a school principal or your manager or CEO. Okay, and the AI generated voice sounds exactly similar like the person you are aware. So, yeah, don't be impressed by these well-written script of a scammer, and don't turn yourself as a supporting character of somebody's well-written script. The scammers don't aim to attack the devices, they aim to attack our emotions and minds. Next time when you receive a call from an unknown people, it sounds urgent, some personal which you cannot ignore, and there is some emotional connect. Pause and think. Scammers don't need our passwords to hack their devices. They just need our trust to hack our information. So always protect the trust and don't be impressed by the script of this scammer. Be alert, be aware. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Umamaheswar. As soon as midway in the speech, who must have mentored this script? Who must have, either could be Guru or Shankar or Barath. It's Barath. It's very clear. And of course, the intention came out very well. Good way. I think Kalyan will come back in the mentoring session taking examples out of this. Moving on to the next prepared speaker, Toastmaster Hema, is delivering her speech from Presentation Mastery, Level 1. This is Project 4, second speech, Evaluation Feedback. To evaluate this speech, before introducing her, I would request Toastmaster Rajasekaran. I thought he ran off for a marathon or something. Toastmaster Rajasekaran to read out the speech.
Toastmasters. My current speaker, Toastmaster Hema, is going to deliver the second speech under the project Evaluation Feedback. She already given the speech and got a feedback from her evaluator. Today she is going to deliver the same speech incorporating her feedbacks. All the best.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rajasekaran. She is a sports physiotherapist. So she had written sports physio. Whether physiologist, would that be correct? No. And then I went back to her introduction in the Medley group, sports physiotherapist. She has about more than 25 years of experience in this field. To the second question, and I quote, "My husband goes by logically analyzing every decision to the absolute maximum, whereas I tend to go by the gut instinct before I make big decisions." I thought there was no parallel. It's happening the same at my home too. It's the same, I'm sure it's almost nearly the same at everybody's home. Like men are more logical, women more instinct, I don't know. But this is, I agree. So let's invite Toastmaster Hema on stage. Toastmaster Hema, the choice is not yours. The choice is not yours, Toastmaster Hema.
in the situation where it looked like you had a choice, but you really didn't. That's called Hobson's choice, where you're offered one real option or none at all. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Let me share two such experiences. My friend's boss invited him for lunch very often. But after once the meal gets over, every time the boss would pack his pocket and say, oh no, I forgot my wallet. And guess who ended up paying? My friend. This has not happened once, but several times. Not only in the lunch, in all other transactions. So he couldn't have any option because he is his boss. Later, the same friend, he left the job and joined another company. He was so much relieved. A few years ago, I was invited to a wedding at Dakshin Chitra. I was super excited to meet my friends because I could get to meet them after a long gap. Mom and I were decided to go to the venue. We booked a cab and reached the venue. At the entrance, we were invited by my friend's grandmother who was just about to leave. She had seen us coming by a cab. She offered us a ride back. I smiled politely but declined because based on my previous experience with her, made me say no. Because I was very sure she was up to some mischief. This person, she had a habit of barging into the clinic without prior appointment and she would demand undivided attention. There are days we couldn't accommodate her. We would request her to wait for 5 or 10 minutes. She would nod initially, but because of the impatient, she would come and she would start knocking the door every 2 minutes. After a result, because she was disturbing others, we had no other option, we would take her in. So torture was an understatement. These old memories gave me a chill in the spine. So I brushed all these thoughts aside. We went inside and I got busy with her friends and relatives. After a while, I was enjoying the music and dancing. I spotted someone from distance waiting with me. A little ignored, I smiled and waved. Grandma was following me everywhere. She was sitting either in front of me or sitting at the back of me or walking beside. I was literally stalked by Grandma. As the evening continued, we all were heading to the dining area. It was a beautiful spread. After finishing the soup, I just wanted to release the main course. Suddenly from nowhere, she appeared in front of me and said, she looked at the watch and said, come on, Hema, let's go, it's getting late. At the same time, her son from UK called and insisted me to accompany her. My mom, who was sitting at one particular spot, noticed everything and she calmed me down by reminding me of her age. It's okay, we leave. Do you have any choice? On our way back, she engaged me in gossiping. I was not initially interested, later I became part of it. After 1.5 hours later, we realized we were still on the road. I was getting restless and frustrated because I've left my 2 little daughters with my husband. I requested Anna, please, where are we heading? Just find it out. He stopped the vehicle and asked for the direction. We are on the way to Pondicherry. Grandma, who was sitting in the front row, turned to me and said, Hema, if you had not come with me today, this fellow would have taken me to Pondicherry. Something struck me very hard. This was the reason She wanted me to accompany her. 2 days later, I met my friend, narrated the entire story to her. She said, "Oh no, this fellow is with us for more than 20 years. He is known for this. Grandma never trust him alone." Life throws lots number of choices in front of us. Some are pleasant, some are sometimes not pleasant. We try to embrace it, even if you are not happy. It has some reason. The life has a reason for everything. Over to you, TMoD.
The next session we have an education session. So before we move on to that session, timer, could you share us the list of qualified speakers?
All of these speakers are qualified. Celebrated time?
No, we'll come to it later. Pramodh, are we going ahead for voting now? Yes. Now? We can do it here. Yeah, the three speakers are Toastmaster Raja, Toastmaster Umamaheswar, Toastmaster Hema. We'll conduct the voting later on. Maybe you could have a list and take a note of who you think is the best. Okay, we have an educational session now by Toastmaster Kalyan. The educational session is from Successful Club series. I asked the same 2 questions. So he said, how can I describe you for that question? Then I'm a work in progress. Very philosophical. And rightly so. For the second question, and I quote, I have people who have different belief systems, not to point out any. I have many in my life, including my family and close friends in my life, and I am clear and happy to have people who have different belief systems. I want my value systems to be aligned, not belief systems. It's a very interesting point. How can we align value systems? Without value systems, then we won't be able to gel. We'll come back to this theme of the 3 points, which I want to take from Kalyan. Every time when Kalyan and I have a disagreement, we talk it out, we fight it out. We have had arguments in the same club. But after the meeting, we shake hands. Kalyan says, "Jagan, nothing personal." I know, Kalyan, nothing's personal. Every time I lose a contest, he comes to me, "Jagan, this is my advice to you. Hey, nothing personal." Nothing is personal in all this. I've seen Kalyan have conversations with Thomas. Thomas and I have disagreements. We have fought in the same place, but nothing is personal. Everything is related to something which is for the goodness of the club. So, how do we live under the same roof? Nothing is personal. With that, I'd like to introduce Toastmaster Kalyan for the educational session from the Successful Club series. Title, Ask, You Shall Receive. Ask, You Shall Receive.
I thought the TMoD asked me for a topic before, so I just titled before, so I just gave Ask, I should receive. After coming to the meeting, I want to change the title. It's something like title should be "What You Sow is What You Reap." That will be much more appropriate with this particular session, especially. Let me get on to the definition. You see, it's going to be today morning. How many of you are present in today's morning? Okay. Take your mobiles. You can just get on to something else productive. So let's get back here in the session. People are not coming today morning. Because we had a district event today morning. It spoke about the same thing which we are going to discuss now. Let's get the definitions right. We all know what is the definition of Toastmaster. What is the Toastmaster? You and me. Easy definition. Right. Mentor alone, Toastmasters, there are 2 types of mentors. One is going to be a club mentor, and another thing is going to be a mentor where I handhold a fellow Toastmaster. Let me be very, very clear. I handhold a mentee, I handhold somebody junior, no. I handhold a fellow Toastmaster and then grow with it. This is, I tell people who know me closely, they know I come out with You say, let's say I say all these things and then say, these are all Kalyan's hypotheses. It's no theory, no fact. So here I don't come and speak to you about something like my hypothesis. My hypothesis means, this is what I have understood. This is what my learning, this is what I have got from this particular job. Here I am going to tell you, hey look, this is what my understanding about Medley. This is what my understanding about Toastmasters. So let us grow together. Now, on the definition of mentor in Toastmasters, there are two types of mentors. One is going to be somebody who mentors a club. What happens when a new club, see we are a club, which is a meeting number 841. And assuming a new club gets formed, they don't even know where the timer should set, how the voting procedure happens, and what is a TMoD. We are full of jargons, right? TMoD, tag, G. These things will be Greek and Latin to those people. So a club mentor goes and then explains how to run a meeting. Technically, the club mentor will be a VP of that particular club for a period of time, usually 6 months. Some for few clubs they handhold it to 8 months. For few clubs they handhold it to 1 year. Otherwise, it's not going to be. It's going to be very difficult for the new clubs. So that is a club mentor. Coming back here, mentors inside the club. As I told, a mentor inside a club, you get appointed, or you just get selected, or you just been asked to be a mentor to handhold a fellow Toastmaster. Before getting into the mentors of what you are going to do, do's, don'ts, how approach mentor, mentee, and all those stuff, let's get a little more definitions. We are all in the classroom. We have these words, right? Let's get very difference of what are all the words and terms do. Teacher, we all know. Then coach, mentor, guide. These are all 4 different types of people who impart knowledge to us. Here the teacher is the one who technically, there is a textbooks or a syllabus something, could have learned that, could have approached on that, and then the teacher is the one who comes here and imparts knowledge. That is a teacher. Then comes coach. A coach is specifically an individual who identifies, for example, he can play tennis very well. I work with them to develop that particular skill. So a coach is a one who normally works with an individual to improve our skill development specifically. Is a coach. A mentor is a one who I have got experience in Toastmasters. I know what is pathways, I know how speech is being crafted, how I know what is the structure of a speech and all those things. So which means I have a knowledge of this particular subject. Here I come here and then handhold you, then I become a mentor with Toastmaster pattern. In an NLP there may be another mentor. In a respective area or a field of expertise, there are 2 mentors. So teacher, coach, mentor, and one more person is a guide. Usually in PhD is what we have guides. So what a guide will do is a guide will do a knowledge of a teacher, work of a teacher. A guide will also do the work of a mentor. In addition to that, a guide will navigate into new learning methods onto that particular subject. So this is a definition. So let's get the definition right. Why I want us to have the definition right is, somehow we expect a teacher from a mentor. Somehow we expect a guide from a mentor. Somehow we expect a coach from a mentor. And then we feel, oh no, my mentor is not helping. Toastmasters is a self-paced learning platform. This is an experiential learning. How many of you have visited Toastmasters website? Be very honest. See, members, or next time members, let's not raise hands. You be honest to yourself. Okay? 4 values of Toastmasters, what we have. Anybody? 1 each, not to the district officers. they are aware. 1 each, service,
Integrity,
respect,
excellence, service, excellence.
So we have these values. So the moment you get into Toastmasters, you understand, is your Toastmaster journey going to be aligned with these 4 values to yourself, not with your club, not with your mentor, not to your district, not to anybody else. Whether my Toastmaster journey, am I going to respect my decision of becoming a Toastmaster? Am I going to have integrity to have it? Am I going to perform in excellence? And then am I going to respect, service to this, fraternity after service? When you have these values right, when you know this is an experiential program, then with your mentor it is going to be full pay service. So That is how it goes. How many of you, before COVID, only the professional people used to wear gloves, either a sports person or doctors? COVID era, we all know we have worn gloves, right? All of us. So a term which normally goes in hand in glove. Remember, a journey with your mentor is not going to be like a hand in glove. What happens, somehow I do not know, it is an Asian issue or an Indian issue, somehow we have already got an example or way of blaming it on others. Most of us, we somehow feel, if my mentor has given me a little more knowledge, then I have been a better person. No. My question is, what is the time you ask for a mentor? What is the time you spend with your mentor? Trust me, the speeches who have come today, and what is the number of hours? Preparing a script is yes. The number of hours discussing about that particular script with your mentor, those speeches would have excelled more. You be your own judges. You don't answer here. Just think, okay, I have prepared 48 hours, I have prepared 4 weeks. Whereas I have discussed this with my mentor, this many number of hours, the speeches, initially your speeches would have been super duper good. You know, whatever, icebreaker would have been good, level 1 speech would have been good. Gradually you feel, no, my speeches are coming down. Recently, initially you would have spent more number of time with your mentors. Then it goes on, you feel okay, holier than thou. Okay, I know this, why should I discuss this with my mentor? Whereas what I do, I do less speeches, but whenever I give a speech, I take a lot of time. I take at least 40-45 minutes with my mentor to understand what is the approach. Then again is what I script my speech itself. So ideally, mentor-mentee relationship comes in only from the mentor, from the mentee, not from the mentor. The mentor is not going to come and ask you, hey Jagan, did I have ever checked with Jagan? Did Thomas call him? Thomas is a proactive individual. Probably would have called him and then definitely asked him what is going to be the next speech. But this is what we are also trying to do with our club. Why don't the mentors take the initiative of calling the members? But you as a mentee is what you're supposed to call your mentors, ask for it. Now let's understand, okay, I want to be a mentor. What are all the qualities I should have? As we know, as a mentor, here you are to impart Toastmasters knowledge into a mentee. First, get the basics very well. As a mentor, get the basics very well. Rather, I will just rephrase it in a different way. Okay, I am a mentor. How am I going to speak to mentee? I will do what I used to do. The moment the club assigns me a mentee, I ask the mentee about what and where that particular person is from. I try to understand the environment in which the school they grew up and what is it. For an example, a recent mentee of mine, she was from a convent. I am not going to speak to her about English and all the other stuff. But as a person, last week somebody I spoke is from a government school and then moving on, the very first time English speaking. So I had to tell her, look, English is not this way. So starting from the fundamentals is what you need to speak to your mentee. Understand, speak to your mentee. First of all, start from the very basics. First understand the mentee. Schooling, that is what I do. It helps the Toastmaster journey actually. This Toastmaster journey. Now, let's say, which school based on? What is the socio-environmental background you grew up with? Now it is easier for you to handle and tell what is what examples to quote. For an example, somebody is from somebody is from a down south where he hasn't seen a mall or an outside country. I'm going to give you an example of an airport and other things. There is going to be a gap which is going to come in immediately. So understand the socio-environmental person, the person is grew up, then handhold your mentee that way. So that is first understanding. Then imparting knowledge. So what I normally do is, I just tell them from the basics, irrespective of what they are, where they are. I tell them what is Toastmasters, what is club, what is area, what are all the types of contests we have, and how these contests are from the club, how people go. It's going to be a boring session for that particular person. But mostly I try to do that in person. I ask that person, I'm going to slightly give you a lot of jargons, but understand. Start coming to the club, you will automatically understand. So, me as a mentor, I'll just tell my mentee, end to end of starting from the club to district, how the district is selected. Because your mentee who gets assigned is a very new person. That particular person should feel belong. See, why are we all sitting here on a sultry Saturday afternoon? We all want to belong somewhere. We all want to be relevant. What is the person not being a Toastmaster, not being either forumers? They live their life. The difference between you and we and them is outers. We all want to belong somewhere. We all want to be relevant. So make this new person who have joined to belong to Toastmaster, to be relevant to what he or she is doing. So with that, what I do, I just tell them what is what end to end. Then what I do, I just ask them whether they selected the path. That anyway it is deep, you would have automatically done it. What I do, I normally run exactly how they selected the path. I ask them to take the test again. I take them in a usual Google Meet or Zoom call, and then I run with them why these questions come and how they have selected the path, what are all the combinations happening. There I slightly tell them what is pathways and other things. Life is easier. If I suddenly go and say, okay, there are different types of path, level 1, level 2, level 3, this happens, that happens, it's going to be super boring. So normally what I do, I just tell them, okay, steer this, run again, go to the base camp, run the whole question again with them, and explain to them, look, this is how the structure of, because unless and until they know this is the curriculum, they are not going to understand our capacity. So I work with them on this particular curriculum. Then we go step by step. Usually I tell my mentors to, the path is selected. So they know level 1, what are all the project objectives. And usually I ask them to put in a Google Doc. So from all the speeches, the objective will normally make, and then I give them a blurb and then ideas. So I tell them, this is the path. Anyway, you are going to complete the path. Anyway, you should be thinking on all the speeches. So remember, see, the subconscious works very beautifully in different ways. Level 4, there would have been some other work, but suddenly you remember something, you open this Excel, put that particular point to speak on that particular speech. So an Excel, so people who know the path will be a little more easier for us. We have visited, okay, level 4, what is the speech and other things. So for them, it is easier for them to navigate, so they know what they are doing. Reason being, me as a mentor, when I hand over the mentee, I also have a responsibility for them to give speeches. Because the speeches are again going to be aligned with the CSP of the club, DCP of the club. So what I normally do is I ask the VP and VPF, what is this CSP and DCP plan? So based on it, I can rush it. See, because somebody will be very bliss or a very slow learner and then they go in a different way. But if the VP and the club has decided him to put him on CSP, I tell this particular person, hey look, this is what CSP is all about, this is what DCP is all about. We are here to upscale you so that you can just get on to these values. So this is what I do with my mentor, mentee, and it goes on this way. As a mentee, what I expect, what I do is, as I told, I speak to my mentor, ask him what can I do, how I can write what the speech is. It normally gives an idea of this is what I do, this is what you do. Then after that is what I start working. Remember, either a mentor or a mentee, don't give the privilege of editing the script. You are the author and the editor cannot change the script. Sometimes an error of judgment comes in there. An error of judgment comes in there. Somehow we feel as a mentor, we want to edit the script. Or somehow we want as a mentee, we want the mentor to improve on the script. No. You are an author of your book, an editor of the book can edit the book. The editor of the book cannot be the author of the book. This is where most of the cases the mentor-mentor relationship fails. So as a mentee, speak to understand whatever it is, any doubts you have, any questions you have, anything you want to improve, speak to your mentor, improve on. I would personally say, at least for one path, at least till level 2, or I would say, till you get down to the district stage, it is much more easier for you to hand over one particular mentor. If you are crossing division is what I would recommend you, it's a very personal recommendation, the choice is yours. Till you have complete one path, holding on to one particular mentor is easier. Because your mentor would have understood you, he would have worked with you, and then it is easier. The moment you cross an area or a division stage is when you need to get on for a second mentor to get a work on the skill. Because the very beginning of a Toastmaster journey, because I know a few Toastmasters in the very beginning of the Toastmaster journey, they have two mentors. They hop on to, no, I know my friend is a UAE, he's a world champion, I sent this script to him. No, that's not going to work. The personal recommendation here is at least basic, to me, my formula is at least one part stick to a mentor. Within that particular part, okay, I completed level 2, here I've crossed area and I'm getting on the division. Then get some inputs from some other mentor. This is what maximum I can cover on a 20-minute thing on a mentor-mentee. So there should be some 3 minutes I can take questions. Yes. What's the time you have? Any questions? No? Right. Then let me go on. So let's go back. You have a mentor. As a mentor, understand what is to be delivered, and as a mentee, understand what to ask, what to get done. Most importantly, okay, when I am going to be qualified to be a mentor, I am going to be qualified. To me personally, I would say at least complete one part. Then get up. That is one particular. After pathways, right, is easier. Before pathways, no, we don't even know who can be appointed as a mentor, who can be a mentor. After pathways, at least Toastmasters given us one particular guidance. They have something in this called as that is a mentoring, pathways mentoring program. Go apply that. So I would say you complete your level 2. After level 2, get on to this pathways mentoring program. Select that pathways mentoring program. Work on the pathways mentoring program. Reason being, the moment you apply or the moment you enable the pathways mentoring program, the club will automatically assign a mentee to you. So work on that pathway mentoring program. There is a beautiful handout. See, pathways have become like spoon feeding. Okay, they give you do this, do this, do this, do this. All you need to work with a mentor and then come here and then improve on it. So level 2, tell yourself, okay, let me complete level 2. After level 2, I'll do pathways mentoring program. Till that, I would even say till that, don't get on. If you're very confident about your speech and other things, take it. Otherwise, work with a dummy mentor. You can always improve your speech. See, what happens is you are not here, you are not come here to uplift somebody else. You have come here to uplift yourself. You have come here to learn and then fail here and then do. So immediately only 6 months, okay, Jagan has got 7 mentors. Why is the club has given me only 2 mentors? No, don't get down to this race. Here you are to improve yourself. In that particular journey, you definitely will improve when you have mentees. But don't take that as a parameter and then rush and then ask for mentees. Because somehow you feel, no, they are not allowed. I know few people have left our club because they are not allowed mentees. So let's not do that. So this is about basically you being ready for you to be a mentor. Otherwise, normally what I would just say is, mentoring is easier when you become friend to your mentee. At the end of the day, if you can go out for a coffee with your mentee, then you have a great relationship. This is my view. Otherwise, you would say, no, this is very personal. This is not personal. I don't have a personal relationship, and it is only basically it's a job. Somebody has given me, okay, Pramodh, you are going to be a mentor. Okay, let me be a mentor to me. No, that's not going to help anybody. Don't do that. This is an experiential learning. Your mentee should experience you. The mentee should understand what he is going to do to you. Based on that is what the journey is going to do. Maybe if you have any questions after session, you can.
Today I can say I have had momos with my mentor, not just a cup of coffee. We had a desert roast when we were coming back. I was worrying with an existential question, sir, please provide me some guidance, please. We went to the top of the momos there and then we had something. Just for this session today, initially the title was different. The title was Conversations About God. And my mother featured, you guys can figure out the rest. The ex-com said, now can we use the word God? It's not just Medley, it will go outside of our club. I told Pramodh, let me connect with my mentor and get back to you. One second I called, sir, this is what's going on, what should I do? You can go ahead. You go ahead. And he was with a different perspective. And agreed with this perspective. We went back to Pramodh. I presented my arguments with Pramodh. Pramodh had a different viewpoint, agreed with him too. He agreed with my viewpoint too. But we were somewhere having different responsibilities. My responsibility is here ends with Medley. His responsibility goes outside of Medley. He, by Pramodh, for guests who don't know, he is the Vice President of Education of the club who is responsible for arranging the meeting. So if I had to say conversations about God, it goes outside of Medley and he will face, not just he, the person who is sitting behind me, Barath was the president of the club, they will face backlash. So I talked to myself, okay, what is the ultimate purpose here? It's not to talk about God, but to find and figure out these differences. You could do it without even talking about it. So how do we live under the same roof? Point number 2 that I have written is finding that ultimate purpose. How do we find that ultimate purpose? The very idea of this topic came, my mother and I went to this place called Azhagirisamy last week. It's a very unlikely event. My mother and I going for a pilgrimage trip. It's very unlikely. But we still did. Because the ultimate purpose was for me to be with her, for her to enjoy divinity, not for me to enjoy divinity. So that was the ultimate purpose. We were able to figure that out. So I called my mentor, and I spoke to him, I talked to Pramodh. Pramodh said, okay, let's have a different title. We'll go with this title of Can Apples and Oranges Grow on the Same Tree? The idea here is how do we communicate these differences and find a common ground. I agree to disagree with you. Let's have a discourse with each other. So that's the basic idea of this theme. We have talked about 2 things. One is nothing is personal in all of this. If neither can I attack someone personally, nor take things personally. The second thing is what's the ultimate purpose. Now before moving on, let's go directly to the table topic session. We are running a bit late, but we'll somehow find things in between. The table topic master is from Kalyan. He has a background of yoga and sports. He loves to travel. He loves reading books. The answer to the second question, which I disagree with him, let's talk about it over a cup of coffee, is that he says Dhoni is one of the lucky captains in cricket, he believes. But he is not the best captain. I have 1,000 points to prove this, but they will refuse to accept. I will be one of those 10% who refuses to accept. Luck does not come just like that. Over to Toastmaster Azhagirisamy for
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Table topic is one of the interesting sessions in our Toastmasters meeting. In this session, all role players and guests are invited to speak impromptu for 1 to 2 minutes for a given topic. Nowadays, even role players are being called upon to speak. We will enjoy this session and we will be happy until the table topic master calls our names. But today I am more happy because I am your table topic master. Alright, let's start. Each speaker are requested to use word of the day often. First topic, Dr. Pravda. Dr. Pravda, to brush up daily, which do you think is better, toothpaste or a traditional neem stick? Why? Dr.
Thank you, table topic master. Very good evening to my dear fellow Toastmasters and guests. I never expected the topic related to my profession. Anyhow, this is very commonly known. What is more important, either a toothpaste or a neem stick. Both are not important. The way you brush is very important. Neither toothpaste nor. Earlier, it was thought that neem stick it's very good for removing the germs. Of course, I agree with that. It has medicinal property and antibiotic property, but it injures your teeth as well as your gums. And many of us do not know actually the method of brushing. So just chewing the neem stick Toothpaste is just a foaming agent. It is going to assist in cleaning the teeth. It is how you hold your brush. Use either a toothpaste or a tooth powder, and the way you brush, that is what is very important. So it is not always a choice that is given, there could be a third choice also. So you always, it's an opportunity for me to tell you that always do a circular or rotating motion with a 45-degree angulation with your brush, with little peanut-sized toothpaste that will clean up your teeth. And one more thing, twice daily, very important, before you go to bed, that is important to prevent gum problem as well as your teeth problem. Thank you for this
Second topic, Toastmaster organization.
Please look back and I hope particularly for Toastmaster.
Toastmaster organization. What is the best leadership advice you have received? What is the best leadership advice you have received Toastmaster organization?
It was a milestone meeting, and we were all preparing milestone meeting of Medley Toastmasters Club. I was the president of the club, and we were all preparing for that milestone meeting, and I was working as Toastmaster. Kalyan was telling me today when I was walking into, I was also doing all the arrangements like Karma Yogi, what he was referring to. And I got a call from this person, and he told me that, Venkat, the way you have planned your agenda, the way you have prepared it is not right. The way you have done is not the way Medley usually does it. And I told him, yes, we can change it at this point of time. We were around 2:40 or 2:35 p.m. then. He told him, we can change it. I'm open to change that. Then he told me, see, this is my advice, but as a president, you should stand tall, and you should have a decision making that yes, I'm doing this for so and so reason, and I'm not going to budge to your words. I was stunned. I thought he is the senior Toastmaster in Medley. He was asking me he told me that I have done something wrong, and I'm ready to accept it, but why he is refusing? Then he taught me that it is not that you have to accept and go by the decision of others. As a leader, you need to take views from everyone, but the decision should be yours. View all the possible options, look at how it is going to help the club or how it is going to affect your followers as a leader. Then you take a call what you want to do, not what others want you to do. So that is one of the very few lessons that I learned as a leader in Medley Toastmasters, which I apply in my profession as well. Take views from everyone, but the decision will be of the leader with concurrence from all members. That has propelled me from where I was in that.
Toastmaster Narendra. Since you are sitting in first bench, Toastmaster Narendra, who do you think is better, the first bencher or the last bencher? Who do you think is better, the first bencher or the last bencher? Toastmaster Narendra.
Just because I'm sitting the first bench today, don't think I'm the first bencher. I'm just saying that because the camera is recording and something goes wrong, I can just jump into it right away. I've never been a first bencher or last bencher. The safest place to be in the classroom is in the middle bench. First benchers, of course, the class teachers will be looking at them for all the answers or anything. The teachers will usually sit there. And the last benchers, of course, the troublemakers. Now, in my school, what used to happen was, on the first day, my class teachers would come in and they would just interchange the people who are sitting in the first bench and they push them to the last bench, and the last benchers would come to the first bench. And they would just reluctantly come in, and that is kind of like that trick to sort out that the troublemakers from the high performers. The next year, what happened? The last benchers, we had the same class teacher, and the last benchers this time they sat in the first row, and then the first benchers they went to the. They forced them to go to the last row, thinking that there will be a switch. But again, class teacher was smart. This time he let them alone. He just said wherever you are, because by now he knew who the troublemakers and who the studious ones are. But I would say it's not about where you sit in the classroom that determines who you become. It's about your own personal drive in life, be it in school or be it in college or wherever. What you want to make of yourself, that's what determines who you become. Because let's take the example of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. We don't know whether he was a first bencher or a last bencher, but there are many other pupils who were studying alongside with him. Not everyone went on to reach the great heights that he reached, and not everyone faced the same level of obstacles that he faced in his life. But what set him apart? What made him stand out and what made him achieve all these great things? It was his attitude towards life and his drive to succeed, his drive and hunger to succeed. So it's not our position or where we sit in the classroom that determines who we are. This is also a metaphor for our society as well. It's not our position that determines who we become, it's our attitude that determines who we become. That's my take on this.
It's Toastmaster Pramodh. Toastmaster Pramodh. What does freedom mean to you in today's world? What does freedom mean to you in today's world? Toastmaster Pramodh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rigri, Toastmaster. Freedom to me is being able to make a choice. Sometimes, in order to make a choice, we need someone to propel us forward. However, if they are propelling us in their direction, that is not freedom. Freedom comes from discipline. When I bring myself into the discipline of coming here week after week and being here on time, over a period of time, I feel that I have gained a bit more freedom. I'm not gripped by as much fear when I stand here as I was 2 years ago. I feel in that way I have gained a bit of freedom from the shackles of stage fear. Similarly, there are various other disciplines which I've had in life, which have actually given me more freedom than doing whatever I want to do. I think that's the first thing we think about when it comes to freedom, being able to do whatever you want to do. Rather, being able to do that which you need to do, that is freedom. For example, a person is addicted to smoking. He gets to smoke whenever he wants to. Is that freedom? No. I think that when a person is able to resist doing that which he should not be doing and focuses on that which he should be doing, that is freedom. And for me, I feel that the discipline, especially that which I have cultivated after coming here, that has given me immense freedom. So thank you for letting me talk about it.
Toastmaster Jayashri. Choose any two Toastmasters here and try to imitate how they usually perform during meetings. Choose any two Toastmasters here and try to imitate how they usually perform during meetings. Toastmasters.
Everyone has their own individuality. Why should I go and imitate somebody if I have my choice of what I need to do today? Right? And I stand by what I wanted to do, and that's why I'm carving a style for myself as a speaker, as a leader here in Medley. So I don't want to imitate anyone, but then I would like to take a few activities or traits that I have inspired from fellow Toastmasters who are present in Medley, which I want to incorporate in my leadership journey and communication journey. One such person who is not present in this hall but have had a very deep impact in my Toastmasters journey is the past area director of C3 and the past president of Medley Toastmasters Club, Toastmaster Presiding. The way she interacts with the people right from the beginning, because she was one of the very first Toastmasters whom I have met, and that's when I got to know what Toastmasters can do to a person. And I have seen her grown as a person, as a leader, as a communicator in the last 3 years, and I definitely want to take a leaf out of her book and see if I can just be at least 10 to 20% of what she does. Probably I would be a successful leader in my journey. So that's one person. And the best quality is her sincerity and the effort she puts for each and every single thing that she does. With 100% full faith on whatever the members who she is interacting with. That's one person. And the other person is a communicator who I love in Toastmasters fraternity. He's been a good friend of me. I know him through a friend of mine who's not in this district, is part of district 92, is distinguished Toastmaster Deepak Justin. So this is one person whom I have interacted quite often. Being a school senior, I never know him earlier, but he knows how to treat a fellow Toastmaster. He knows how to mentor a Toastmaster, and that's a beautiful journey that I have picked from him to become a good and a better mentor in my journey. So these two Toastmasters, one from our own club and one from the other district, have played a very important part in it.
Yes, Sridhar. Yes, Sridhar. Yes, Sridhar. If you could change one thing about the world, what would be? If you could change one thing about the world, what would be? Yes, Sridhar.
Thank you very much. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to talk in front of all of you. I think this room has some acoustics problem. The backbenchers are not able to hear things. So no one comes here. Whoever comes here, they can speak loud. What is that? What is that?
Middle bench is also
I'm not able to hear. I'd like to talk a bit more louder. If there is one thing in this world, shall I go back? It's okay. If there is one thing in this world that I will be able to change, and that will be laziness. That will certainly be laziness. I strongly feel that every single problem that we face in our life is because of laziness. I happen to see this gentleman who was the selector of Indian cricket team. This was in 1995, 2000 times. His name is K. Prasad. He happened to be my co-passenger in a flight that was headed to US. He was talking about Sachin Tendulkar. Right? We all feel that Sachin Tendulkar is a person who has come up in life because of his talent. Definitely not. He said that that is not what the case is. He was able to come up in life just because he combined talent with hard work. And I asked him, can you elaborate on this more? What he said was this: Sachin Tendulkar would have been in cricketing arena for 25 years. In that 25 years, every single day that the team goes to practice, he will be the first person to board the cricket bus. First person to board the cricket bus every single day for 25 long years that he was part of cricket. When you think about this, when a lot of people think that it is only the talent that would have propelled people up in their respective careers, it's not talent. Vinod Kambli was more talented than Sachin Tendulkar. Rohit Sharma is more talented than Virat Kohli. Right? So it's not only the talent, it's the hard work that gets combined with talent that propels you to a better place in life. Thank you very much.
Yes, Shree Annaporani. What does success mean to you personally? What does success mean to you personally?
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. So success. Personally, success, as everyone said, it requires a lot of hard work, grit, determination, and then perseverance. I could see for everyone they have a role model. For me, it is my father. I have seen him like as a father. I have seen like okay, he's very gentle, he's very normal person as a person. But then when I hear from the fellow colleagues of his, I could see how much he has done, how much efforts he has put
to bring us to this situation. He hailed from a down south. He started his career as a he used to pour oil in the machines. That's how he started. Now he is the manager, general manager of LLM Appliances. He is working in a reputed firm. So what he has done is that I could see that he has never, he has never feared for anything. If someone asked him, I would say that he has done only his schooling, but he knows to talk in English, he knows to talk in Malayalam, Hindi. I would say he just picks up the phone and he keeps talking. I would say, how come you are doing this much? He would say, it is just a practice. That's how he does. I would say that for success, you have to be motivated with so much of grit, and moreover, you should not be scared to do anything. You should just jump in and see what it comes for. That's how it works. Thank you so much.
Thank you for all the speakers. Back to you.
We'll quickly move on to the general evaluation section. Let me invite the general evaluator, Toastmaster Sundaresan, to conduct this session.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Let's straight jump into the evaluation session. There were 3 prepared speakers, so there will be 3 evaluators. I'll be inviting one by one, and each one will be coming and giving their evaluation speech, not points. So this is our format. For the first speaker, Toastmaster Raja, who gave his first speech, now I invite DTM Sampath, the first evaluator. DTM Sampath to give his evaluation speech.
General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters, and Toastmaster Raja. Good afternoon once again. So we witnessed an icebreaker today. Toastmaster Andrew Raja, did he break the ice properly?
Yes.
Ice is broken. So the party begins, right? He has fulfilled the purpose of his first speech, which is the main idea in giving any speech. You have a purpose which is given by somebody else or by yourself, but you have to fulfill it properly. So let's give him a round of applause. Nowadays, most icebreaker speakers are quite good compared to 10-20 years back. The confidence level is better. They learn very fast. This gentleman has prepared himself to come here and speak to us. There is no more stopping him. You have done very well today. About the structure of your speech, you have given a nice chronological order like early days, education, career, and now he is a director. There is a lot of scope for directors in Toastmasters. You can be area director, he is a director, or even more than that. And what I like the most about the speech is the speech was having a lot of quotes and very apt quotes and motherhood statements or nice expressions. I will give you a couple of them. Best is result of our last, he said. It's very nice, but in his case they will say the best is the starting point. You already started. And then he said roller coaster. Sorry, Grammarian, I'm stealing some of your thunder. Okay. And then he also had many more. I'm not going to list them. Okay. Trust in self. That's another very important thing he came about. This is a very important axiom on which Toastmasters idea is built. Trust in self. And he has got good voice about some of his speaking skills, but in this room, you could have raised your voice a little bit more. I don't know whether I am heard in the last show. Anyway, his eye contact is good. He had his hand like this. Don't bother. You will free them as you go along. And you will start using your hands, and then you will be afraid of you. He's got a pleasant face, no tension. That's important. Because some icebreakers have tension written all over their face. Language is good, clear diction, and one point I would like to highlight here, some long string sentences separated by commas. Nothing wrong, but you should learn the art of breaking and pausing nicely. That's all. And then tip for you, I will not say even suggestions, but tip for you. Raise your voice wherever it is, see that it is adequate level, and learn how to give pauses. These two are the immediate things you should start with. Otherwise, good going, please keep going.
Thank you, first evaluator TTM Sampath sir. Speaker, you are an amazing Toastmaster and a great listener. And Toastmaster Raja, you can note down the points which he has mentioned and the friendly suggestions he has made to you. It will help you. You can move from good, better scale, best scale someday to the best scale issues. For the second speaker, Toastmaster Umamaheswar, who delivered his first speech. Now I invite Toastmaster Raja Annamalai to give his evaluation speech. Toastmaster Raja Annamalai.
Good evening to all. My target speaker, Toastmaster Umamaheswar, has delivered an excellent speech on presentation mastery project, writing a speech with a purpose, with an excellent topic that's called the script I don't want you to be impressed by. So I was really wondering, what is this script and what could have been the inside, the content or all. Then after hearing his speech and the delivery, I was very much impressed the way how he was delivering it. The topic selection was very good. So the introduction, so we normally have in Toastmasters, we always to have the grab attention intro. So he has given the speech with the attention grabbing introduction. So like internet scams. So he started, never locked the profile pictures, and then later he realized that the importance of like why it has to be done and the real-time experience what he has done. So the content of the speech was very good. The opening and then body and then the conclusion. The opening was very, very smooth. He has started with the way what he was having the personal experiences, and the next one, what are all the steps that we need to follow, and as well as this he has mixed with with our Toastmasters journey with the different roles and also the pathway. That was very excellent. I really thoroughly enjoyed that. So also the transition was good from one section to the another section, and it was we can say it is the flow was going in a smooth with a personal story. It's a storytelling in a powerful. It's a method to deliver any speech, and also it's mixed with the humorous. So he was having a humorous, and also it is having a emotion. So we can say it's a mix of storytelling, emotion, humorous, and yeah. So one thing like I was okay. The clarity of the speech was good. The vocal variety also okay. So eye contact, everything was good. So there are few things I would like to recommend on this one. So he was standing in the middle, so little bit he would have moved from here to the left right, and then by covering up all the audiences, and I see that you are a little bit nervous, so you will have to improve the confidence. So here the ending was very, very, and also you have the call to action. So call to action, like you are giving the instructions or the guidance to the audiences, like don't be trust by the scammers, and they are all nowadays they are all using the AI and then deepfake and many other techniques. They are playing with your emotions and also creating urgency. So you will have to come out of this. Don't trust with the scammers. So with this, I would like to conclude that it is very very good speech. Thank you very much. All the very best.
Thank you, Toastmaster Evaluator Raja Annamalai, for your friendly suggestion. Toastmaster Umamaheswar, yes, here, great. The speech was nice, but I don't agree we are scamsters. I take it as a humor, as you mentioned. Certainly, by practice, you can improve a lot, because we all started like this, only our icebreaker speech. So, a simple formula I can use PPP. It's with preparation, then practice, then presentation. Presentation is the one which we see. So we don't know how you are prepared and how you have practiced. Within practice also, normally I say, don't say 1 time, 3 times. The word practice itself, we have to practice 3 times. So it will be PPP with practice, practice, practice. One day you will be an awesome speaker here, good vicious speaker. For the third speaker, Madam Toastmaster Hema, who delivered a speech. Now I invite Toastmaster Rajasekaran to give his evaluation speech. Toastmaster Rajasekaran.
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. First of all, congratulations to Toastmaster Hema for completing this speech successfully. And I have 2 commendations and 2 recommendations. First thing is, she incorporated her feedback. Whatever she got from her last evaluation. Kudos to that. And second thing is about her choice of the topic. The topic creates curiosity. So, after hearing this topic, I thought, what she going to talk? Because we face a lot of situations like this. The choice is not yours. So, how she felt and what are the things she encountered? And third thing, she used her personal stories to convey her message. It helps audience to relate to the stories, right? And when it comes to the recommendations, your speech had a great crest. Now let's see what will propel it to the next level. First thing, you need to accept our account is very bad today because of the AC noise actually. But you should try to raise your voice to match with it actually. And the second one is the end of the speech was a bit quick. I expected small recap to explain the few points, how to handle the situations when the choice is not yours, from your own experience. That's it from my point of view, and all the best for your next speech.
Thank you, Good Evaluator, for your friendly suggestions. Madam Toastmaster Hema, your friendly speech was very nice. You could see how you have looked up from your previous speeches till now the confidence radiates in your speech. Hold it. That's more important. That's great. So we all had an excellent speech session with 3 speakers and 3 evaluators. Now, like to hear the tag role players report to start with. Toastmaster Shanmugavel, please read your timers report, especially project speakers and table topic speakers only.
Once again, good afternoon to all. This is my timer report. Now the timer report should be 4:41, but we are 5 minutes late. My timer report, the speaker name followed by time. The first speaker, and Toastmaster Andri Raja, 5 minutes 44 seconds. Toastmaster Umamaheswar C, 6 minutes 23 seconds. Toastmaster Hema, 5 minutes 51 seconds. Then educational session, 20 minutes 10 seconds. Sorry, 19 minutes. He has consumed 19 minutes. Then the table talk speakers, Toastmaster Pravda, 1 minute 58 seconds. Toastmaster Venkataseshan, 2 minutes 4 seconds. Toastmaster Narendra, 2 minutes 10 seconds. Toastmaster Pramodh, 1 minute 51 seconds. Toastmaster Jayashri, 2 minutes 13 seconds. Guest Sridhar, 2 minutes 10 seconds. Guest Annaporani, 1 minute 18 seconds. Then the first evaluator, distinguished Toastmaster Sampath 3 minutes 17 seconds. Then Toastmaster Annamalai, 3 minutes 10 seconds. Toastmaster Rajasekaran, 1 minute 45 seconds. Initially, the Presiding Officer, 3 minutes 52 seconds. The TMoD, 4 minutes 31 seconds. General Evaluator, 10 minutes 7 seconds. So I have to submit my report within 2 minutes. I have taken 1 minute 53 seconds.
Thank you. You have taken 15 seconds to hand over. And excellent. Next, accounter. Now I request Madam Toastmaster Priyadarshini to read to submit the accounter's report. Be quick, timer is there.
Yes. Okay, reading once again. On the prepared speeches, Toastmaster Andrew Raja used few repeat words like and I, and Toastmaster Umamaheswar have used the filler sound and also the words so, like, yeah, those were the filler words. And Toastmaster Hema used couple of otherwise there was no other filler sound or the words. On the table topics list, Toastmaster Venkataseshan, Toastmaster Jayashri and Shree gave a clean speech where they were on other speakers, Toastmaster Pravda used 1 and Toastmaster Narendra used 2 Toastmaster Pramodh used when I repeated those words. Guest Annaporani used few of the repeated words like I would say and other words also used a filler word. So these were the reports from my end, and I think my report will propel you to give a very good
Thank you, ma'am. And next I request Toastmaster Pradeep to submit his Grammarian's report. Toastmaster Pradeep. Just be generous.
It's great learning for me. Today I feel that I also know few grammars. I have learned few things. That fear is little bit, I am okay now. So before going for that few learnings what I heard, profile the word has used by almost 7 people. Thank you so much. Starting with Toastmaster Sundaresan S, Toastmaster Venkataseshan, Toastmaster Pramodh has used twice, guest Sridhar has used once, Sampath sir has used once, Toastmaster Rajasekaran has used once, finally Toastmaster Priya has used once. And few words what I got inspired, I know the few words are generally now maybe you have heard already, but the way they use in the sentence I feel little energetic at that time. Starting with criticization, encourage, arrogant, personalization, familiarization, in-person, navigate, integrate, metaphor, resist, incorporate, crit and determination. These are few words which I feel that they may use very good way. And few statements that I feel very unique when they are using the statement, when they are using on the speech. It is not all about what you do, it's all about what not to do. Trust the process. You can save, you cannot save it. Time is precious, you cannot save it, but you can spend it. Courage to raise. Trust yourself, you are of one. Life is roller coaster. All speech is public speech. Either it is for one person or for more. Be practiced, you can do it a lot. My value system should not be added, but my value should be my value system should be added, not belief system. You are author of your own books. Take a view from everyone, but decision should be yours. Take a leaf out of the books. Combine your talent and work. It's hard work combines with talent. You should not stand alone, just jump on prize. Thank you so much, and it's good learning.
Thank you, Grammarian. You are a good listener. You have noted down everything you all spoke. Good. don't worry, today we declare you as one of the best grammarians here, because we all grow like this only. That's why we say, keep going and keep growing. The moment we start attending Medley Toastmasters, at the end of the day, we become a better version. That's the thing I encourage everything. By this, let me get into the General Evaluator's report. I wish you all might have enjoyed today's session. Really, I enjoyed as the General Evaluator. I have to appreciate a round of applause for XCOM for managing this new venue. Trust me, change of venue normally disturbs the routine things of the XCOM. So the plays and other things, whether there is a direction paper. When I entered, actually I saw our Toastmaster Narendra was fixing one paper here, and they both were going Pradeep, and they're telling somebody needs some direction that we are going there now. That's a sincere role play. So we are mature people, and the moment you yourself take that initiate to guide someone, you are a leader already. That's the purpose of our Toastmasters. So even a small chance, take that leadership. Take it to your responsibility, take it on your shoulder, and try to do it in a nice way. Well, at the end of the day, every responsibility do have accountability, which is for role players. For each meeting, the role you get, immediately try to do it in a nice way. So I appreciate this arranging this venue. Some of the things might be related with this only, so nothing to worry. I do appreciate Toastmaster Barath as the leader of this team, guiding them very well. And Sergeant at Arms, who started the meeting, said with a bright smile, good luck Toastmasters, keep going. And Presiding Officer Toastmaster Barath, your story was awesome. With a nice, normally Presiding Officer comes with a story about patience. We all need that one. Because I started from my place, Pamal, and reached here after 2 hours 15 minutes only. So, I was not sure whether I will be starting the General Evaluator role on time to comment on myself. Thank God. I came on time, and I am happy to do that role. So we all need patience with this road traffic. And Toastmaster of the day, round of applause for this coriander. Bringing props was Toastmaster, TTM Sampath sir will agree with me. We are all from old school. We are in this school also. So the new school is you are all that having the pathways, and bringing props is an interesting thing even in table topic our days. Especially in the Gavel Club which I have conducted, those kids will bring, the children, youth will bring different props, and they will ask table topic about that. The moment we brought coriander leaves, I know your wife and mother can reuse it also. Make sure you recycle it, don't make it waste. It's a nice way of conveying things, bringing smile on people. There is a Toastmasters format. As per TMI manual only we go. But these things are not ingrained in that. We have to add those flavors. How today is my role is TMoD. How well I can do it. What new thing I can bring it to have a creativity. These are the things improves the quality of the club and the quality of the role player. Believe me, Medley has become a brand name. I am visiting other 5-6 clubs so far. The moment I say Medley, oh, Medley, they know very well. So it's a very good, they know from annual conference, we were going every 10 minutes. On stage, we were getting a few medals and prizes by the previous the presidents and area directors. So let's maintain that one. Happy about Toastmaster role. Then educational session conducted by Kalyan. Round of applause. Normally, it's a Medley culture also. When a person is giving education module and keynote speech, at the end we give a standing ovation for that person. Please stand and let's give a standing ovation. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Since I'm moving around here and being a Gavel Club coordinator for 15 years, my job was to share my knowledge. From where I will share? I have to gather first. So we Toastmasters, some of the Toastmasters who go an extra mile only can conduct educational sessions because they are gathering something, checking the relevance what Toastmasters of that club requires, give according to the audience, and they learn and they share their learnings also. Conducting education module and giving keynote speeches are not so easy. So I appreciate, I consider them as half teachers in every club. Because teacher means normally we have the image of the school, even though we are sitting in the school, especially maths teacher. Till now I am worried about my maths marks of the school. I don't know, I have come out of those things. So being an education module conductor, the facilitator gives lot of information from the theory part of TMI and blended with his her own experience. President, I encourage this type of education modules in future also in our club. It will help for the contest for the new members who are becoming a contestant or a judge according to their preference. Please, thank you. And table topic master, excellent topics. This gentleman Toastmaster Azhagirisamy, everybody helped and they spoke well with your topic. Round of applause for Toastmaster Azhagirisamy. All the three speakers, all the three evaluators did an awesome work. I think I haven't met anybody, including the tag role players. I'm happy to see one division director here, one area director here, previous president and the president here. Our club is growing a lot. So let's keep going, let's keep growing, and good wishes to all of you.
I have a responsibility now to call out, yes, to leave the stage, that is also my responsibility, but to call out for the best role player, best table topic speaker. As the timer has already mentioned, the voting link will be sent to the WhatsApp. So the best role player will be between Toastmaster of the day myself, General Evaluator Toastmaster Sundaresan, and table topic master Toastmaster Azhagirisamy. Tag again timer Shanmugavel, counter Priya, and Grammarian Pradeep. And then am I missing one more? No, evaluators again. Evaluators, three of them. That will also be in the voting form. Checking how much time I have left. I have no time left. Just quickly, the other day in some context my wife said, "You're becoming like your mother." I said, how? I didn't know whether it was a compliment or an insult, but I take it as a compliment. So the third point that I understood that day is, no matter how different we are, there is something common. If there is something common, then we obviously love that person because they have something of us. So there is that commonality, there is that finding that ultimate purpose. And on top of it, if I could just blend in my courage to have that discourse with that person, thereby that works out. So whether the coriander leaves can be green, they did no need to turn it brown. Dhania seeds need to be brown. So I agree to disagree with you. I may not be you, you may not be me, but we can grow. Over to the president. That is the quickest table topics that I've ever done.
Thank you, TMoD, Toastmaster Jagan. Thank you all for this wonderful meeting. I'd like to appreciate the first time role players today. Table topic master, Toastmaster Azhagiri. Our Grammarian, Toastmaster Pradeep. And Evaluator, Toastmaster Annamalai. I would also like to appreciate Toastmaster Annamalai for completing level 1 today. And now it's the time to honor a special person who has taken his first step in the Toastmasters journey. So let's welcome Toastmaster Andrew Raja, who has given the icebreaker speech today. in all of the Toastmasters club. So whenever the first person gives his first speech after joining member, we call it as icebreaker speech. And once you have given the icebreaker speech, we honor the person by giving the standing ovation by other members. So this is a custom which is followed in Toastmasters across the globe. Thank you. Can we have feedback from a few guests? And I request guest TMoD to come over here and share a feedback to me.
It's a different experience.
Can I request guest Raja to share your feedback? Guest Raja. You can come over here and share your feedback.
Hi, good evening, Toastmaster. This is my 8th meeting as a guest. I have been coming here for a very long time. This is overall a good session. Happened to witness the first speech of Mr. Andrew. It was very good, and also Umamaheswar C was a very good speech, comparing Toastmasters with the scamsters. It was a good one, and also Hema V, she did a fantastic job. And overall, one thing what I liked about the tabletop one, he made people comfortable and gave them a topic that they can perform. It was a nice thing to do. Overall, it was a very good experience. Thanks.
Can we have feedback for one more guest? Yeah. Yes, Kamal.
Good afternoon. I'm very sorry that I'm starting the session. Of all the time, of all the existential crises I've ever had, today is the foremost because of the word purple. And yeah, this session is very great, and I'm very sorry I'm late. She's my guide, and she's Dr. Jayashri S. She's my PhD guide, and yeah, so I'm very happy that I joined this session, and this is a great session. Thank you. Let me start with the first speaker, Mr. Raja. Sir, I would like to say that your story is very, very motivating to me. Yes, sir.
Give a brief overall feedback impression you have got.
Your opinion, not
already other people have done what
we have done our role
now.
How you felt today?
Overall impression you got.
How you felt? Enjoyed?
Okay. Overall, I felt that this was such an amazing experience, getting to know people's life in such a depth in the second meeting itself. And it was lovely to see people come here and give up their ideas and their thoughts to the table topics as well. And I am glad to be here. Thank
Next we'll go to the results of today's meeting. And the best speaker to the person who broke the ice today was Mr. Andrew M. Evaluator. The evaluator of the icebreaker speech. Toastmaster Sampath.
Thank you, Ramya.
Best tag role player or timer Toastmaster Shanmugavel. Best role player or General Evaluator Toastmaster Sundaresan S. Last, the best PE speaker, guest Sridhar. One important announcement. As you all know, we have circulated the date of our contest, our club contest, as 13th of September in the WhatsApp group. I want to announce that the contest will happen in the morning session. Our usual meetings are happening, so that day we will not have a usual meeting, but the contest will happen in the morning session. We had our last contest also in the morning session, and there was a feedback like it gives a lot of contestants and other members who the amount of energy to stay through the contest. So this time also we will have our contest in the morning. So 13th of September, the morning session will be our contest.
Next meeting.
New president of
Thank you all, and the sound of this cable, I adjourn meeting number 841. All the members and guests will join us for snacks and thank you all.